It sucks hiring somebody to take you a part of the way there, like halfway there, and then figure out the super complicated thing of recruiting.
So there are still a lot of details that need to be hashed out. A lot of what we do, we are working in partnership with the community of Sudbury at this point. So we're helping to navigate the immigration system and help with the implementation of this pilot program in their community, which is ramping up very quickly. So there's still a lot of details that we need to figure out, but at a high level, essentially employers need to be eligible and selected and vetted to participate in the program. So the whole intent here is not to have an employer that is intending to pay a worker significantly less than somebody else, not treat them correctly, not help with integration, which is a really key part of the process, right? So first part of it is employer eligibility. And the second part is where the employer, once they've made a job offer to a worker outside of Canada or potentially inside, that's just a foreign worker that's here that would like to stay, the worker will be vetted as well to make sure that their chance of, the chance of a successful integration are there, right? So, I always use the simple example and I'll use someone from the United States, for example. Say it was someone from New York City that we wanted to bring to Sudbury, the employer really wanted to happen. I mean, some of the questions are going to be, you live in downtown New York and Manhattan, whatever, your lifestyle is going to a bunch of, professional sports games, whether it be like the Jets or the Rangers or whatever, and that's your life. But you're a really qualified engineer that a company wants to hire in Sudbury. There's going to be a lot of questions on the successful integration of this worker, the chances of that, right? And it's all about longevity and sustainability and all these other things, because again, the pilot program is there to help stimulate the economy over the long term. So, the community and the employers don't want to bring somebody in that's going to be there for 3 to 6 months and then they decide to move on and go back to Toronto, right? So, that's a really important piece. And there's a lot of moving parts, there's a lot of variables that will have to be and hurdles even for both the employer and the worker. I mean, it's not a simple process. We've seen stuff on the internet, on YouTube or whatever, people claiming it's a super easy process. You just got to, essentially raise your hand, say you want to participate in the program. And it's not like that. Yeah. It's not like that at all. Actually, it's a lot more complicated than that. But yeah, we help the candidates. And once everything is confirmed and outlined in detail, we have very specific knowledge of the program to help the employers and also to help the workers, right? But at the core of it, you need to have employment in Canada. You need to be qualified. You need to speak English. That's what it has to be. And you need to demonstrate that you're going to have a successful integration into the community for the long term.
So it's great for especially northern businesses that are probably experiencing the worst end of not being able to find people to work their factories and companies.
Yeah, I mean, because you have an opportunity, the employers still have a responsibility to find the workers, right? So, they may have people that are on temporary work permits already within the organization that might not have a pathway to permanent residency that they could use this program for, or, they could post externally in other countries and try to find workers, or they could hire an international recruiter, or they could, call Ivy and say, hey guys, I have this need, can you help us out?
Because you gotta do both. That's
we
awesome,
do,
right?
yeah, we do, yeah. And that was what we wanted to do, and we were able to do it by, the system and the process that we set up.
It sucks hiring somebody to take you a part of the way there, halfway there, and then figure out the super complicated thing of recruiting. We'll use Latin America because you can find people they'll be qualified and everything, but how do you know from a piece of paper, right?
Yeah, how do you know they're qualified?
Are you gonna send your HR person down to Mexico, doesn't speak Spanish?
Yeah.
To see if they, whatever, I'm sure you guys have stories from going back and forth.
We do.
It's tough, right? You want somebody to take you all the way there, to be there with you and explain and know those areas too, right? To know who actually will integrate with your company and your community, so you can have somebody there for 10 years, 20 years, whatever.
Exactly.